Richard, that was a tough 90 minutes against a good York City side. How do you assess that performance?
We worked hard. We worked hard. First half, we didn't get into the game at all. We couldn't find our 10s or our 9s, and it was a battle. It was a battle. But sometimes you got old Rams up and they're a good side. But when we got amongst them and pressed, and I mean the players done so well, pressing high, leaving 1v1s at the back, you get one. And it felt like we were going to get the fourth goal to make it 2-2. You know, their third goal just knocks the sails out of everybody. You know, the time runs out, etc. Can't knock any of the players for hard work, determination. We've learnt a lot again that we can defend in 1v1 situations pretty well, majority of the time. You can see our two midfielders tracking back and running down Felix in the 1v1 situation. So there's a lot of determination and will to get results here. So we've got to try and take the positives. I hate losing. And like I say, when they got to 2-1, I thought we were going to get something out of the game.
I mean, possession-wise, York obviously had quite high numbers today. Just how much does it take out of the players' legs when they are constantly chasing the ball?
Yeah, and you can see how it was in the last 20 minutes. You know, they're all on the haunches when the ball goes out, and we're fit. We're a fit team, and you can see how much hard work they put into it to try and win a game.
Personnel-wise, there wasn't much you could do in terms of changing shape today. Well, either was. I mean, Finn Cousin-Dawson came in the right wing-back position, probably not something he's accustomed to.
No, he came on there last away game, which, you know, Halifax game. I think he came on for a bit. Finn can play anywhere. You can stick him in anywhere, and he'll do a job. And that's what we got at the moment. Obviously, we made the 4 subs in three goes, since you can't bring anybody else on. But you know, we got to try and bring 1 or 2 in. I think we're having chats with the people above us. Obviously, it's still unknown what's going to happen with the manager, so we've got to be quite delicate on that. But we can try and bring 1 or 2 in to bolster up the squad.
What would you have liked to see more of today?
More goals our end, that's a certain. But it's tough because they had a go. You know, just we couldn't find our 10s and 9s first half. Not there was wind and what have you, but they closed us out. They pressed us well and stopped us doing what we do well.
And as a back line, obviously Ollie Pearce, we all know how dangerous he can be. How happy were you with your back three in terms of keeping him away from it? And how unlucky was Jake Warner with the own goal?
Yeah, you see them when you watch any highlights. If there's 6 or 7 games on, there's always goals like that. I scored about 8 of them, unfortunately, when I was playing. You know, it's a turn, it's a cross. And it's one of them things you got to make decisions. You can't leave it. You can't leave it unless you get a call. So it's a hard one to deal with for Jake, but it's part of our job.
But were you overall really happy with the back three?
I've learnt a lot, especially in the second half, where they don't need to worry about anything apart from 1v1 defending. They don't need 2v1s sometimes. So that they should take that as a lot of positives. But we have conceded 3 goals. So we got to still work hard defensively in the final third, stopping crosses, etc. But there's a lot of positives on there, like I say, against a good side who will be there or thereabouts. And talking to the players after, they feel a little bit disappointed they haven't got anything out of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, how gutting was it that own goal came so soon after he had Luke McCormick's chance in it, which he took?
Yeah, I mean, it just deflated everybody. You know, you've seen it on the pitch, you've seen in the stand, it just deflated everybody. Because the fans were right behind us when we got to 2-1. The fans were right behind you. You hear the drum going, you can hear the chanting, and that's what we want. You know, we want them to back us and have a go, and we did have a go.
You've now got an open week where you haven't got a midweek game. You've got to wait for the Woking game next week. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen behind the scenes in terms of managerial changes, when that's going to come in. Woking next week, another home game and another opportunity to get a win at Hewish Park. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of a breather with no game Tuesday with the players, the amount of players we've got. So we'll have we've got the schedule written out for the week anyway. So we know what we're doing Monday. We'll have a good day Tuesday, working a bit harder. Thursday we start the prep for the game.
And in terms of personnel, we know Alex Whittle was missing today. We know Daly as well, and Charlie Cooper. Is there any update on when they might be coming back?
Hopefully not too long. I'm not sure how long Witts will be. He pulled out training yesterday with a bit of a calf issue, so I'm not sure on that. Charlie's Charlie's getting there. He's getting a lot of treatment on his Achilles, but like we said earlier, if he plays at 80%, he comes off the pitch back to 60%. So we need him 100% on his Achilles. Jacob's come back from St George's. He's got his boot off, so he's been doing the walking bit by bit. So hopefully he'll be back within a few weeks, maybe a bit longer. And James is going to be sometime next month coming back with his knee.
And Woking won't be an easy side. Today they managed to beat Gateshead 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough opposition and what looks like a good run of form.
Yeah, but it's not... You're going to get, like I said earlier, it's like a little Premier League sometimes. You know roughly the better sides. But they're in there. The lads are pretty encouraging that we can match most teams in this league, if not every team, if we go and play like we did the second half. So keep the confidence up. We'll come into our place. We'll take the game to them.
Well, hard luck for today and good luck for next week.
Thank you.